sounds after we're done.
Place.
All right, we're live. What's up, everybody? Warcurdle here of Goldenrod, and good morning. If you guys are here, you've seen the title, Pokemon and Coffee. That's right, we're here drinking coffee, talking about Pokemon. This morning, how you can catch online product restocks. And I got Zack Humphrey here with me this morning, a.k.a. Zack the Ripper of Aurora Beam. How you doing this morning, Zack?
Good, man. Living the dream, sitting on the end of a rainbow, you know.
Sitting on, you leprechaun.
For you guys, so much, that's even funnier because I'm 5'4", so.
You look super tall in your videos.
Oh, thank you.
I never really guessed. Can't wait to go visit you up in Minnesota and like, you know, and then there.
Yeah, seriously. I make the joke all the time in order to like, you know, de-escalate situations. Like, oh, like, man, I look up to you. You know. And,
oh dear.
Yeah, if it's a huge guy, he's like, oh yeah, you're cute, little guy. You know, whatever.
So for those that don't know you, Zack, how about a little brief introduction of you, what you do, and then we'll get rolling into the topic.
Right. Yeah, so this makes sense. Like her said, I'm Zack Humphrey, Aurora Beam Collectibles. I run a web store with my best friend. We sell mostly trading card products and, you know, affiliated products, different, you know, bags, different, you know, player products. But I've been in transportation logistics for roughly 10 years. So know a lot about supply chain, and the other owner of our web store knew a lot about on the business side and whatnot. And we both love Pokemon. So that's.
We all love the Pokemon. Yeah. So this was a conversation that I had with Zack yesterday, because I had a buddy of mine send me a text. So he does mainly sports, also Pokemon. He sent me a text of a screenshot of his phone with his Target Circle app where he ordered online 3 Football Select blasters, which is a new product release. Any new sports stuff is nuts when it's first released, and these retail $20. They are reselling for $150 to $175, and the dude just ordered 3 online. And I said, bro, how the hell did you get that online? Whereas I always thought that with buying product online, that it was bots, dominated by bots. I know actually some of you guys might not know what a bot is. I didn't. I heard the term. I pictured, you know, like a robot or like a cartoony virus.
Are you a robot and it's actually a robot clicking the?
Yeah.
How many stoplights are in this picture? And it's a robot.
Like Johnny Five sitting there like typing on a keyboard.
Did you just say Johnny Five? What a reference that was. I wasn't even born yet.
Locos kick your ass.
So bots, yeah. So if you don't know what a bot is,
what's a bot?
So a bot is it's essentially a simple program that's going to read certain keywords on certain websites. So essentially, if you're coding it, I'm not a professional coder by any way, shape, or form. So if somebody actually knows how to code and is listening to this, don't PM me 100 times saying you're wrong. But from what I understand, the way that a bot would work is you would have certain websites embedded in the code for your bot, right? So let's say they have Target embedded, and every time that this bot reads certain keywords, it's going to pop out to you, right? So every time that, you know, Football Select, we were just talking about Football Select, pops up, it's going to read that. It's going to tell you, hey, something just popped up on the Target website with this select, or something just changed, right? At which point you're going to be able to go on there and buy it. So the bots themselves can take the step to where they actually click and buy it, but they have to be pretty sophisticated. They have to be a pretty well paid for bot in order to actually buy it, because of how hard most of the security systems are to get by. And that's ours included. We run through Shopify. So that Safari Zone runs through Shopify. You kind of know it when you see it, what it looks like if it's running Shopify in the background. But their security is incredible, right? It's really hard for bots to get through it. And even so, once they do get through it, a lot of stores have creative ways to to keep them from clearing out, entire stocks or what.
Yeah, and I think what he means by security, and I don't think it's the bot hacking the system in the way that it makes it sound like it's doing something illegal. It's more like these websites and these softwares are designed to operate a specific way, like in the way of I'm in front of a computer, I click something to throw it into a cart, and then I go there and put in my information and whatnot. A bot just does that a different route, we'll call it a backdoor way. And then essentially what was originally happening when this first started, right, is these bots would just clean out and they would buy every single one online. So you put it in there and you'd say, Hidden Fates Elite Trainer Box. As soon as Hidden Fates Elite Trainer Boxes would go live online, these bots would ping it, they'd start buying them, and then they would be gone faster than you can click your cart and you can click buy. So actually, and recently I heard, and I didn't really look into it until actually yesterday, that online stores are doing things to combat bots. So or they are getting more sophisticated as far as like the way they're structured, to where they're not allowing bots to even make purchases. I've heard that too. What was it? There was a recent product release on Target website that I heard, and this is all just networking and talking with people, but bots didn't get any of the product, and it was all people being able to go online and click and buy a limited amount, usually up to 30 items is what I've heard. I think that's what Target is doing right now. So yeah.
So if you went to Pokemon Center, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, a bunch of stuff got stocked. Or was it last week? It was like either last week or the week before. A bunch of stuff got stocked in Pokemon Center, and the site was crashing a lot. Well, people were like, "Oh, it must be bots that are making it crash." Well, it is and it isn't. The software that they're now using, the virus protection, there's like, I don't know exactly what they run behind it, but I know like what the company I work with runs behind it. Yeah. And it's like it's essentially like a marketing device, but they track like how these people are coming to the website. And of course they've gotten smarter over the last 6 months. They've had to, with how many bots were buying their stuff. So it's pretty easy to shut stuff off once you've seen it once or twice, right? Mm-hmm. These marketing groups that work for these companies literally get a list of, here's all of the emails and all of the IP addresses that were bots that we know of. How do we protect against that the next time? And they've gotten a lot better at it. So we've pretty much seen, if you are fast enough now, you can pretty much get something online for a fair price. Dude, it's not always going to be MSRP, but it's going to be close.
So back to my story yesterday. A buddy of mine sent me that picture, and I started grilling him with questions, and he's like dodging my questions, like he doesn't want me to know. Which is, I mean, that's kind of the general. That's kind of the general sort of like, oh, I know a trade secret, and I'm getting product, and with this famine mentality of there's not enough to go around, so I'm going to keep my little honeypot secret. Well, so I did some more calling and talking to some people yesterday, and I called a buddy of mine who hustles, man. Like, he's the guy that's camped out first in line, knows where to be, and puts in the work. So I called him because I thought he didn't know. So I wanted to share the information. I'm like, dude, I sent you a picture. Like, this guy got these things online on Target. And I started talking about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, man, I already knew about that. I was gonna tell you, at some point." And yeah, like, actually, he's like in a Discord group. So So here's how people are catching online restocks. So we'll transition into that, and you guys can absolutely do this too. So my buddy pays to be in a Discord group that will post when these items go live and where they're live. They'll essentially drop a link, and there you click the link. It takes you, for example, to Target. Boom. Hidden Fates, I'm using Hidden Fates Elite Trainer Box just as, you know, like an example. So Hidden Fates Elite Trainer Box, there's a listing on Target now. For real? I just checked yesterday. I typed in Hidden Fates. I searched on Target. Nothing. So now there's a listing, retail. Well, stick your 3 in your cart and check out. Because if you, I mean, we're talking minutes, probably.
Yeah.
So
sometimes seconds,
yeah. So these guys, you know, they'll click the link, they'll go there, and if you're fast enough, you can place an order online that way. So yeah, it was funny. I called him and I said that, and I thought I was helping somebody out, and he was like, "No, actually, I already knew that."
Yeah, I already know. Yeah, so
I'm last to the party.
You bring up a good point. Like, there's things that, you know, hopefully we can say right now that people will hear this and they'll avoid. But there's definitely things you don't want to do when you're going to try to find online restocks, right? Me and Curtis have been through all of these, so learn from our mistakes and don't do this. But don't Google aimlessly and go on to like Target's website and just hope for the best. If you're ever just searching around for Hidden Fates, you know, chances are it's not going to be there when you go to search for it. There is, and if you're Googling, this is probably what you're going to start seeing. You're going to see like BrickSeek, right? You know what I'm talking about with BrickSeek, where you like put in the SKU and it like tells you where it's all at. And then you'll go to their website and it'll be like third party is what's listed, and it's usually, you know, 3-4 times retail. Right. Don't do that, because you'll think, oh, you know, this is pretty good. You haven't seen good prices. You need to look around a little bit more. Amazon can be good, but just like eBay, like we sell on Amazon too, right? So like every once in a while we'll put a little stock on Amazon, right, at a pretty decent price. And it'll fly because what people do on Amazon, right? They just sort to the lowest price and they go. Whatever the lowest price is, that's what they're going to buy. So we'll put a little stock on there and it'll go. So don't just go around Amazon aimlessly, because if you do, what you're likely going to find is a bunch of stuff that's overpriced. There's more chances of reseals. There's more chances of all those problems. So don't just aimlessly look around. There's no.
Be careful about where you get your product from. If a website looks sketch or doesn't have, you know, decent reviews, decent as in like, oh, these look like actual real people reviews.
Right. So the question is, how do I know who a good seller is? How do I know it's reputable? How do I know if it's a good price?
Aurora Beam Collectibles.com is the only reputable.
Aurora Beam Collectibles is the best. No, but how you know is you find trusted people, which is funny because like here we are giving trade secrets away of how to get cheaper product, and like I sell product, but no, whatever. There's plenty to go around, and people should be able to find good product.
Do your homework. Just do your homework.
So what we're going to show is Twitter.
Yeah.
Right.
And
so find people you trust. This is the best place to start. You can go ahead and explain.
Yeah. So after talking with you yesterday, actually, and you told me about these Twitter tweeters. I had a Twitter account for my old business. I used to own and run an auto dealership up in Missouri. So I went on there and I actually made a new Twitter, because I'm not on Twitter. I know. I am now, and I added some people here. So the ones that you told me to add was Charmander Helps, which is not showing up on my feed currently, but this one is PokeSwitch. PokeSwitch stock. And then once you start adding these, it'll start suggesting similar stuff to you as well. And just, you know, add them all. And also set your Twitter, if it's on your phone, set your notifications to go off, because you need to know about these as soon as possible. So this is one I see. It's a Shining Fates Elite Trainer Box, $65, Amazon. Let's click on it and see what happens. Here it is. And I think I need to add this to the screen as well. Give me one moment to do that. Chrome tab, Amazon share. So we're going to show that in screen too. So here I'm on Amazon.
I looked at this one this morning, by the way.
Yeah.
I missed it by like 5 minutes.
Okay, so I don't see a add to cart anywhere, so that means it's probably not available anymore.
Correct. It is not available.
Yeah, so these things go fast, but this would have been essentially a $65.
Yep. And PokeSwitch, Charmander helps. A couple of the other ones that I follow. You do want to make sure you kind of look into the ones that you follow, but most of the time, the buyers and the sellers that they post are people they have purchased from, right? So
Yeah,
even if it's an Amazon seller at a low price, they'll be like, hey, we've bought from these guys before or gals, and they have a good price, good product, whatever, go after it, right? So usually you can trust the sellers that these people have posted.
yeah, it's like they're vouching for them. It would be like me vouching for someone on the Facebook page, right? Let's
Right.
see. Justin Crow says resale market is so crazy with a lot of things right now. I thought Pokemon was bad until that. I'm trying to build a new high-end PC. Nice, brother. So here's one.
Let me give you a couple of examples of how I've used this, so it'll give everybody like what happens next, right? So you start getting all these notifications, and I mean you will get, if you follow 3-4 of these Pokemon ones alone, follow sports cards, whatever, but if you follow just these Pokemon, you'll get 30-40 in stock notifications a day, right? You can probably catch 5 to 10 of those a day if you are clicking on them right away. You click on them right away, you can usually catch them. Even if they're 5 to 10 minutes afterwards, click on them, because sometimes there's a pretty decently sized stock that is behind it, right? Pre-orders, whatever, they all pop up on here. So if you're on it, you'll get it. For example, I think it was BJ's Wholesale I was on. I missed this, but I was in the cart as it was happening. You could get 144 packs of it was a bundle pack. There was XY evolutions. There's a bunch of different XY all through Sun and Moon
BJ's Wholesale?
It was like at BJ's Wholesale, and you could get, they were supposed to be limit 3, but somehow they accidentally put in their system a 144. So if you got in within the first couple seconds, you could fill your cart to 144 and check out. And it was at like $3.99 a pack. It was pretty cheap.
What kind of packs were they, you said?
They were all there. It was XY all the way to Sun and Moon. There was nothing from Sword and Shield, I don't think, but it was all
wow.
XY through Sun and Moon, and it was like variety, so they don't tell you. But whatever, at $3.99, all those different
144 packs of Steam Siege. You're welcome.
Well, honestly, who cares? I mean, $3.99.
Steam Siege right now is, I think, $5, isn't it?
Yeah, right. So I mean, even if that was it, that's still a pretty good steal. But and then it kicked down to 3 a couple seconds later, and I actually left my cart, came back like within seconds, and it was already out of stock. So you gotta be really quick. But what I do is, so now you see all these in stocks, right? If you miss it, pay attention to what's on the website for 2 reasons. You can actually copy and paste the description of the product, put that on a spreadsheet, and when you're looking for in-stock notifications again, you can search that in Google, because sometimes like Target will hide stuff, right? Or websites will hide stuff. If you put it into Google directly for that website, the description, a lot of times their old link for that product will pop up and you can go to it, right? And you can catch restocks that way as well. So the other thing that I do is, as you go to these websites, pay attention, because they might have a email me if it comes back in stock. Even if you did make out your cart, get your email address on there again, because they'll put more stock onto that spot again, right? So still check out, but go right back to that link and say email me when it comes back into stock again, so you can get it. Websites that do that, we do at Aurora Beam Collectibles, so you can sign up there, put your email in at the bottom. We'll email you the next time that it comes back into stock. It's an
auto email. We can catch your $50 Hidden Fates Elite Trainer box restocks.
yeah, I'll sell them those at wholesale.
Winky.
Game Nerds does that. Safari Zone does that. All these are great websites. Are the people that we like to be competitive with on price. All of them are really reputable. Those are great to go to. Target, GameStop, and those places usually don't have in-stock notification email stuff, but a lot of those do. Other easy ones for you, since you've gone to Twitter, right? You're seeing all these come through Twitter. Once you see a certain website you haven't seen before, let's say it's Game Nerds, go to their Twitter and follow them as well. Go to their Instagram and follow them as well. So kind of hit it in 3 waves. And then as you do this, you'll slowly just kind of start building all of the information coming to you versus you having to go out and source it, right? The one that I like the most for in-stock notifications is Plaza Japan.
Plaza Japan.
Yeah, so Plaza Japan has, it's interesting how they work. So they'll give you in-stock notifications at like 10, 11 o'clock at night, which makes sense. They're in Japan. But they're really accurate about it. They usually have good stock. If it's a pre-order for an item that's already out, like Shiny Star V, for example, we did a pre-order at the beginning of April, and it said that it was going to be delivered on the 23rd. It came 3 days later.
Not bad.
So Plaza Japan doesn't it didn't come on it came at the beginning of April when it was supposed to come at the end of April. So even when they pre-order product, Plaza Japan usually just has it in the back. So it's really interesting how they kind of work, but they are like
about 3 days later from when you ordered it. Not okay.
Yeah, like it literally it was supposed to come on the 23rd. We ordered it on like the 1st, and it came on the 4th or the 5th.
Hell yeah!
And it was Shiny Star V, right? And I got an in-stock notification. Myself and Trevor, we hopped on it. We don't have a Japanese wholesaler. They're pretty hard to get at this.
Yeah, as you do this now too, and there's a learning curve with everything. Just like for the guys, that started to realize that these big box stores would restock on certain days. You have to just gather information and network. So when you start doing this too, you'll start to notice when online stores restock their online stuff. It's typically around the same time of the day. So you can be on the lookout for those notifications from these venues like Twitter or your Discord or your email notifications or whatever it may be. So anyway,
even if you like my Facebook page, like even if you like Aurora Beam, every time we post, which we do every time we add stock for the most part, you'll get another notification for that too. So there's all these little ways that you can just set yourself up. One of the easiest ways to miss stuff though is to not turn on your notifications. I know you mentioned that earlier. I just want to mention it again because if you don't turn on notifications for stuff, you'll miss everything.
Right. Do it. Well, so hope the information was helpful for everybody. We're probably gonna wind up here for this morning's episode of Coffee and Pokemon and Coffee. So Twitter, who was it? Charmander Helps, Pokemon TCG_deals, Poké-Switch stock, all good ones. The Discord, I don't know a whole lot about. I'm just figuring out the Twitter, but yeah, you got to start somewhere. Yeah, we gonna rip a pack.
Should I? I have Shiny Waves. We'll go with the Charizard pack today.
Oh, and if these online stores have one click, Kenny, I'm glad you said that in chat. If they have one click checkout, do it.
Because it will go quick.
Click and get your stuff. You don't have to put in payment information or shipping information. Get it done.
So for everybody that's listening today who would like a Shining Fates code card VBJ HPVR MB9 GT4. And if anybody that's watching wants it, there you go.
Boom. Shining Fates. Is it? So this is Shining Fates you're opening? Let's do it. Let's get a Zard.
Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be just great? Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it though? I haven't pulled the Suicune for myself yet, actually.
So I
haven't pulled it at all. Have you pulled it at all?
I pulled one for myself. One Suicune. We got Nickit. We got Swimming ZV. Auto Swimming ZV.
Ah.
Then we got the Volcanion Reverse.
Manaphy.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. It's so early. My brain is at 80%. I'm like, oh, white code card. Let's go.
I literally just chucked that shit over my back.
All right, guys. Well, this has been War Curdle here. War Curdle on Instagram, also on Facebook, also warcurdle.com. And then YouTube, this will be going up on. So just search War Curdle on YouTube. AuroraBeamCollectibles.com. Today we had Zack the Ripper, aka Zack Humphrey. I got that backwards, I think.
It's okay.
Aurora Beam Collectibles. Check out their website. They have merchandise too. They do coffee mugs. They do and soon we're working on samples, guys. I know we're live here in Goldenrod, but some Goldenrod swag.
What?
Yeah, hopefully
leaking out the secret.
It'd be dope if we get some pictures today we can post up. That'd be nice.
We should get some samples today, tomorrow. So
yeah, for reals. All right, guys, have a great day and happy hunting, and let's evolve together.
Later, everybody.
Bye now.